Hello y'all, this is Kaiserredux, a Hearts of Iron 4 mod that acts as an unofficial standalone expansion for the Kaiserreich mod. Kaiserreich itself is set in a world where the Central Powers won World War I. With all that out of the way, this video is going to act as part 1 of a Socialist Republic of Italy Mussolini path playthrough. We have started, and let's go to our political overview. In this, we can see that we have 5 national spirits, and they are Divided Nation, Garte Rose, or Red Guard when you translate that from Italian to English, I think, Organized Crime, Reliance on the French, Andean Popular, Chairman. And with all that said, the ruling ideology of the country is syndicalism, and Giuseppe Di Vittore is the leader, and he has the trait the perpetual chairman. And in the focus tree, let's not worry about that just yet. But let's go to our army now. We have 12 divisions, or no, we have a total of 16 divisions, 11 infantry, and 5 militia. So we have quite the army. Going to the Navy, we have, let me see here, to the Navy, we have 1 fleet. It's a pretty large fleet. We have an aircraft carrier, we have 3 battleships, 2 cruisers, 4 escort carriers, 27 destroyers, and 15 submarines. And as for the Air Force, our only planes are the planes we have on the aircraft carrier. The Giuseppe, what is this? The Giuseppe, let me check to be sure. Let me find out. The Giuseppe Miraglia? Giuseppe Miraglia? I think that's the only planes we have. We have no real land-based Air Force in a way. So let's take all of our divisions, form them up, and have them get led by Giovanni Messi, our best general. And let's give him a Field Marshal, Randolfo Picardi, I'm not going to bother with these names. I'm butchering Italian names, I know I am. And now, research slots available. Go here, start doing basic machine tools as well as construction 1. And let me find out here. Do electronic mechanical engineering. We have all these divisions that will move to our border with the Italian Federation, who is our rival in the northern part of Italy. And in the research tree, the focus tree, let's complete this focus here, assess the army. In order to prepare for the reunification, we should assess the army and see about solving issues relating to our military matters so that our victory shall be assured. And that will take 42 days to complete. Outdated equipment and production. It's just an old Italian class ship, that's fine. No division in basic training. Let's change that and start making one of these Garibaldi divisions, which are our infantry divisions, I believe. So start making one of those. Free civilian factories, make some stuff in Naples, or no, construct a civilian factory in this state here, Basilicata, just build it there. Decisions available, don't worry about that. We have insufficient resources, we'll worry about that later, even though it is going to be a problem for us in terms of having enough infantry equipment, maybe. So, there we are. The Socialist Republic of Italy, this is like a background event for the country and its history. With the defeat of France and then the fall of Rome 6 months later, an exhausted Italy was left at the mercy of the Central Powers, seemingly destined to be reorganized into her old pre-unification states within an Italian federation. Just months after the humiliating announcement, enraged socialists and nationalists proclaimed a new Republic of Italy in Torino, and that all treaties signed by the House of Savoy were to be considered null and void. However, not so far away in Roma, federal militias mobilized. Austria's plans for a united Italian subject were quickly torn to pieces. As civil war erupted, the Italian Federation gained seemingly unstoppable momentum. With utter defeat almost certain, the socialist leaders left the nationalists to die and managed an invasion into Naples with whatever army we had left. With the historical region of the Socialist Republic of Italy under the control of the workers and the French Commune backing us, we were left in a period of deadlock, which eventually led to the ceasefire when the Austrians pulled out. It led to a ceasefire when the Austrians pulled out. After a ceasefire was declared in 1922, 3 Congresses have come and gone, and revolutionary fervor has begun to change the minds of peasantry. Of course, there are some that would ruin our progress, but they should never be able to take control. Right? Forward. And that has established Italy, the Socialist Republic of Italy situation. And here's another event, uniting Italy. Italian nationalists have already begun to call for a second Risorgimento to unify Italy once more. Spreading the revolution will not be a simple matter. However, the peninsula exists in an uneasy balance. Germany and Austria are weary of any formal alliance between the SRI and the Third Internationale. They know an alliance is inevitable, but any attempt on our part to bring the French and English into a war to reunite Italy under syndicalist rule would draw intervention and start a Weltkrieg, start a new Weltkrieg. The Federation in the north is protected by Austria, but under a similar prohibition against starting a war against us. So long as the prospect of German and Austrian interference remains, we must be aware that any war to reunite Italy can only be done with limited Third Internationale support. We have not made a move yet, but we cannot sit idly for much longer. Italy must be reunited in Feeble Italia. And that is that. So we are part of the Third Internationale, but like that focus said, we can't really rely on the French or the Union of Britain to help us, because we have that national spirit reliance on the French and neo-Salvatisti activity, and they are a group in Italy. There's 3 political groups we have to be concerned about, and they are the Fasci, whatever Julius Evola has going for them, and the neo-Salvatisti. They are very much against the current status quo. Well, they're not exactly in the main party system of Italy, the Socialist Republic of Italy. Mosley wants to talk with Mussolini. I should probably read this. Oswald Mosley of the Union of Britain has invited the chairman of the National Syndicalists, Benito Mussolini, to Birmingham to discuss the common ground between their ideologies. Mussolini has thanked him for the invite and has set off in the name of internationalism. Off you go, Benito. And yeah, like legacy of the Fasci Siciliani, the fascists are a thing in the Socialist Republic of Italy. There's the Totalist Charter. Mussolini was involved with that, and him and Mosley are of a similar ideology in a sense. And here's something about Julius Evola. We had to worry about him. As mentioned before, Edward VIII is crowned king, whatever, that's something relating to the Entente in Canada. And when is this new ship going to be ready? Well, this old new ship. Well, old design anyway. This one will be ready. It will be prepared by 27th of July 1937. Nice, so a year. Basically, well, over a year, in fact. And the Italian Federation is doing some exercises on the border. I can tell. The Noble Legion of Awakening. And let's warn their donors. This is a Julius Evola group. Well, they support his ideas anyway. Black Monday has occurred. We're not going to be hit by that. So warn their donors. Try to get the Legion out of the way. And outdated equipment production. Yes, I know. I'm just trying to check on that, even though, yeah, the Fasci revival, they're related to the Fasci Siciliani. Well, they are the spiritual successor to them in a sense. They're very big in Sicily. And reviewing the guards, I need to read this. Reviewing the guards. The Red Guards, or Guardi Rose, have been the backbone of the Socialist Republic of Italy's army since the Civil War. Organized as local militias, they have major support among the local communes that field and equip them. However, with some nationalists seeking to reunify Italy, plans have been put forth to reform the Red Guards into a true Red Army. However, such a plan is controversial for many members of the Red Guards that are highly suspicious of a centralized military apparatus, despite the benefits that it will bring. And let us now choose to create the Red Army and get rid of the Red Guard in a way. Poland declares a republic, so no king for them. They didn't fall to syndicalism either. Maybe they can become syndicalist. I don't know. No national focus set. Let's now start doing the UR group. This is more Evola related stuff. Fight both the UR group and the Legion. So the Legion of Awakening, I think, is the other one, and it is the UR group. So complete this focus here. This is create the Armada Rose. Right, we'll create the Red Army. And fascist rally support. We got to deal with them. We must provide direct aid to the Sicilian peasantry, and they are the big supporters of the fascists in Sicily. Well, there's Sicilian peasantry, so they're in Sicily, obviously, but we got to make sure the Fasci cannot get enough support to get off the ground and threaten the powers that be in the Socialist Republic of Italy. Attempted murder of Donato Manduzio. Let us choose to arrest Evola. I think he's related to that somehow. I'm not bothering to read those events since we're not trying to get Evola, the Fasci, or the Salvatisti in power in Italy. And now the peasants are demanding further support. Provide all the aid they request. We lose some political power over that. Evola goes overground. Give him some investigators. Well, investigate Evola and his whereabouts, and hopefully we can find him. So he's no longer going to be a threat to us, I think. Restoration of democracy in Australasia. All right then. And things are going well for us thus far. We're just trying to make sure any political groups that aren't the syndicalist or the national syndicalist or the Christian socialists don't really rise to power within the nation. And create the Armada Rosa is done, and that will replace the Red Guard national spirit with the Red Army national spirit, and that will have some differences there. So it's nearly done now. The southern Italian peasants have been appeased, and the fasci should be dealt with after that. And let us demobilize our economy, since that is something we have to worry about. Get that done. It had a few days left, like a month left. Marshal Pétain declares martial law in Algiers. So he's a marshal declaring martial law. Interesting. But he is part of the Entente. The French national state is. And can I please do the 4th Congress thing yet? No, I need to wait for it to be April. Okay, it's almost ready. Pius X has died. Pius XI. The death of Filippo Turati. He's a person in the political scene of the country. The fascists failed to rally the masses. Good. Let's complete the focus. Begin the 4th Congress. It had to be April 1st, 1936 for it to happen. The CNT-5, they want our help. Give them what they ask. Let's aid them. And it says here, begin the 4th Congress. That'll take 21 days. It says in the description, with all the preparations finally finished, let us convene the 4th Congress of the National Congress. Men and women from all of the unions across the Socialist Republic of Italy shall convene in Naples to debate the future of our country. And so that will be done very soon, and that will give us an event chain that will decide who's going to be the next leader of the country. And the Central Rada seizes power in White Ruthenia, also perhaps known as Belarus. That's something going down there. New division has been deployed. Give them to the First Army. Well, the army, really. The army of the Socialist Republic of Italy. Let's start researching mechanical computing. That'll take 225 days. And that ship is still is the date still the same? It shouldn't have changed. Yeah, 1937. Still 4th Congress of the Greater Italian Union. And it says here, I'm going to read all these events. Today, the 4th Congress of the Greater Italian Union begins. The various factions of the Congress will debate economic, internal, and military policies. The Syndicalist Union seeks to push orthodox syndicalism, advancing the current policies of the Congress, while the Christian Socialist Union, I think that's what their name is, desire a movement, they desire a government that helps the people and supporting Christian socialism. Meanwhile, Benito Mussolini, his new faction, the Nationalist Union, or I guess they're the National Syndicalist, advances the new ideology of Garibaldiism, advocating for absolute state power and aggressive military expansion. The very future of the Republic hangs in the balance. Let's get to work. And that will give us, I think that's like 3 events we have to go through for the 4th Congress to decide who's going to be the leader of the SRI. And the focus tree right now I'm not going to do anything, so just do nothing there at this time. Just wait for the 4th Congress events to pop up. Electoral gridlock in Britain. Evidently they're going to have their own political issues there. And the 4th Congress of the Greater Italian Union. Economic policy. The first order of business is the economic policy of the Republic. The Christian Socialists advocate for a focus on agrarianism and supporting the rural communes. The Syndicalists argue for furthering syndicalism to be a proper industrial democratic republic, while Mussolini's National Syndicalists demand nothing short of total and immediate industrialization. And let's go with total industrialization. And that will increase the popularity of totalism, which is the faction, well, Benito Mussolini, let's just say he would be the potential totalist leader of the country. So we're still not going to do any focuses yet, just don't worry about those. And the 4th Congress of the Greater Italian Union, internal policy. Oh boy. The discussion on the 2nd day of the Congress focused on more internal matters. The syndicalist representative came forward and pushed for further empowerment of the unions, while the Christian Socialist representative came forward and pushed for empowering the rural communes instead. Meanwhile, the National Syndicalist representative argued that it is the chairman that should be empowered, and let's focus on empowering the chairman, the head of the country, effectively, or theoretically. Well, yeah, that makes sense. And so that increased the popularity of totalism even more. So I think we have 1 or 2 more events left. And now, the 4th Congress of the Greater Italian Union. Religious policy. The final order of business is the status of Christianity within the Republic. The Christian Socialists have come out strongly supporting Christian socialism. Their representative claimed that even priests can serve socialism, as Jesus wanted, so the description says. The National Syndicalists, on the other hand, are claiming that Christianity is archaic and suited for the modern age, and that state atheism will help break the chains of ignorance. Finally, the Syndicalists are supporting a middle ground status a middle ground status quo of secularism. And let's go with support state atheism, which is the totalist option there, a national syndicalist option, effectively with the Benito option. And the third international is going to occur. That's going to be a meeting with a bunch of representatives from other syndicalist or syndicalist, radical socialist, and totalist countries. All the delegates have arrived for the third international. The KDP wins the Russian election, and Benito Mussolini is in charge of the country now. We got a new flag, and the SRI has become the Italian National Social State. And Benito Mussolini here is its leader. He has the trade warmonger, which isn't very important for us since it only affects his AI modifier, and he's obviously not being played by an AI. But anyway, historically, Benito Mussolini was the fascist prime minister of Italy from 1922 to 1943. Before his time with fascism, though, in the earlier parts of the 1900s, he was a member of the Italian Socialist Party. It should be noted that he was kind of a fan of national syndicalism. And with that said, I'm going to end what is part 1 of my Socialist Republic of Italy Mussolini path playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod Kaiserredux here. If you enjoyed the mod, you can check it out in the video description. The link to it is there. If you enjoyed the video itself, make sure to like and subscribe.